All right, good afternoon. All right, appreciate it.
What kind of a challenge would this be for you if you end up with 5 defensive starters not being able to play for you on Sundays, Bobby and KJ out as well?
Yeah, business as usual. Just another day at the office. No, in all seriousness, it's an awesome challenge, and again, it's the reason why we're professionals. It's about the next man being up, regardless of who's up, who's down, who's in, who's out. You always have to be prepared to play because the next man is one play away.
We see the tackles. What's Bobby Wagner do down to down beyond the tackles?
I mean, he's our Mike Backer, so he sets the front. A lot of the coverages are predicated upon where he's setting things of that nature. So, quarterback of the defense.
If he can't go, how big is it to have a guy filling in that started a lot of games and played a lot of football?
Yeah, it's huge. And again, that's when guys come here. We get guys like Michael Wilhoit and Terrence Garvin and guys of that nature. They come here because one, they want to be a part of how we do things, and then two, they want to make sure that if in the event that they are in the football game, that we do not miss a beat.
Was it a tough Sunday? I mean, when you suddenly didn't have those guys in the fourth quarter and the way they were running the ball and things like that, with some of those, with those guys juggling those spots there?
Well, would they have been the difference maker? Yeah, you could speculate that, of course, they would have, because there are some things that normally happen that they're accustomed to seeing more times than not. So anytime that you start getting to the next man in the football game, it's easy to kind of sit back and go, oh, well, if this, then, like it would have been different. But, I mean, we don't know that. The whole point is again, when we get new guys or different guys into the game, that there could be no drop off in the level of execution. That's why we all prepare, so we have to be prepared. And quite frankly, I need to make sure I'm doing a better job of having all of our guys prepared to go in.
How different was your communication to get plays in, just basic things when Wagner went out?
Well, it's just, can we get the new helmet in and things of that nature? Again, is he in? Is he going to be out? And after that is once we get the microphone and the new Mike Linebacker's helmet, we're doing normal.
When you look at the pass rush from last week, no sacks, I think just one quarterback hit. What stood out the most to you about why you guys weren't able to get the Bortles?
Well, we just need to make sure we're doing a better job of rushing on edges. That's the whole point. It's we've had times this year to where we've ended up going down the middle of guys, and when it's getting down to it, we need to make sure we're being consistent and taking edges and utilizing good technique.
With that receiving core that they have and so many different skill sets, what challenges does that give you guys?
Well, again, yeah, they do. They have a lot of wide receivers that are extremely talented. Again, high draft choices, things of that nature. But it's what we do. We go out there and it's you see these type of consistent athletes on a week-to-week basis, and really it's just going to come down to us being focused in on our technique, being in position, and really not being surprised when the ball comes. That's kind of what it is. If we have disciplined eyes, we have ourselves in position, we give ourselves a chance.
What have you seen from their rookie Cooper Kupp?
Consistency, doing things right, and I think that's kind of one of the things that goes unheard of or not talked about enough. Is you take a look at you see a lot of spectacular things happening out there and great athletes and all that, and that's all really cool, but I think his level of consistency is what is kind of leading him to becoming a really good player really fast. Is he does things right, he's where he's supposed to be, and he catches the football when it comes to him. So all that being said, that is essentially, that's what leads to greatness, is doing things really ordinary. If you can do the ordinary perfect, then that's how you become champions.
I know you're watching the other side of the ball, but just as a defensive guy, what do you think of Aaron Donald when you see him?
Oh, he's phenomenal. Obviously, again, with the crossover tape and things like that, if we're able to watch him, he's just an explosive athlete, a really good football player. Again, has the ability to dominate, but again, it really comes down to his timing of the snap count, things like that, and just being a really explosive athlete is what kind of propels him to the upper echelon.
What did you guys do well against Gurley last game? He's averaging 125 yards a game and held him to 50.
Tackling. It's tackling. It's being consistent in our fits, understanding essentially, again, how they're going to try to attack us with their run scheme, and then being consistent with tackling.
Anything else? Thanks, Coach.
All right. Thank you, guys.